Hello CraftDee Family, and welcome to another tutorial by She's So Crafty. For today's DIY project, we'll be creating a pair of decorative wall shutters that will be a beautiful addition to your home decor. Now these shutters have a beautiful weathered gray color, and they feature a sliding barred hardware look on top to give it that high-end look. Now these were super easy to make, and I used Dollar Tree signs to create these. Now I provided the list of supplies and tools to make these in the description box below. Now I'm super excited to share this tutorial with you, but before we start, I wanted to say hello and welcome back to my awesome subscribers and visitors to my channel. Now if you are a new visitor to my channel today and you love to create fun and easy DIY projects on a budget, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also click that notification bell so you will be the first to know when a new DIY tutorial is ready to share with you. So now, let's just jump right into the project. Now for this project, we will start with 4 long signs from the Dollar Tree. We'll also need 8 of these jumbo craft sticks from Lowe's or the Dollar Tree, and we'll need a scrap piece of foam board. Now the first thing we're going to do is to grab your signs, and we want to remove all of the hang strings and the tags. And then I'm going to take these out to sand them so I can reduce some of that glitter on the letters. So now that we've removed all of the loose glitter, we're going to trim off the picket edge of the boards. So I'm going to take my ruler and I want to mark a line about 1/2 inch from each end. And then once you mark your line, just make sure you measure twice, so you'll have to only cut once. And then I'm going to grab my cutting mat and I'm going to grab my utility knife to cut these. Now you just want to carefully cut along the line with that utility knife, and 3 passes should cut through these boards. Now you can use a ruler if you don't have a steady hand, but I was really comfortable in cutting these and didn't have an issue. Now you want to repeat this on the other end and for 2 more of the boards, and now you have 3 trimmed boards. Just set that 4th one to the side. Now you want to take one of those boards that you did trim, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut it down the center a long ways. So I'm just going to take the ruler and I want to measure and mark the center in a few places. And once all your marks are made, just draw a line down the center to mark it. And then once again, grab that utility knife and you want to cut the pieces right down the center. So now I'm going to grab my SureBonder silicone mat to protect my work surface from hot glue. I'm going to grab one of those full boards and a half board. Now we'll be bonding these 2 together to make my shutter the perfect size. Now I will be using some leftover paint sticks to bond these together, but you can also use craft sticks if you like. Now what I'm going to do is just apply some hot glue to the sticks, and I want to place them down the seam of the 2 board pieces. Now you want to make sure that you squeeze the boards together as you glue to prevent any gaps in between the boards. And then you're just going to follow up with a bead of hot glue around those paint sticks for a little bit of extra security. And then you're just going to repeat this for a second board. And now you want to grab that 4th board after you finish. Now what we're going to do with this 4th board is we are going to cut a straight line down the center. And now what you want to do is grab one of those cut shutter pieces, and you want to mark the width of the shutter on that cut piece you just made. You just want to go ahead and mark the line and then use your ruler to make a straight line. So now we want to make sure we double check it to make sure it's the perfect size. So the next mark we're going to make is down the center, just like we did for our shutter piece. And now we're we're just going to cut down those lines, and what we're going to end up having is 2 narrow pieces. And now we're just going to repeat this for that other half of the board. And now we have our 4 pieces for our shutters. So now it's time to paint, and you want to grab one of your shutters. Now, what I'll be doing is using this white chalk paint for a base coat, but you could use acrylic if you prefer. Now what I'm going to do is apply 1 coat of the paint, and I want to apply it to the entire face of the board, and you do want to make sure you get around the edges as well. Now once that's covered, you're just going to repeat this for the other shutter board. And now that both of them are covered, just go ahead and let them sit to dry. And what we're going to do now is paint the smaller pieces as well. So now that everything is nice and dry, we need to mark the slats on the shutter pieces. So I'm going to use that halved piece we attached as a guide for the first slat. Now that measurement for the first slat, we're just going to transfer down to the larger part of the board and use that for the second mark. And what we'll end up having is 3 slats. So we're just going to make marks all the way down the board, and then we're going to draw lines to connect them. Now that all your lines are drawn on this one, we want to make sure we draw lines on the second one as well. Now I'll be trying out this clear Waverly wax for this project, and I'm going to be tinting it with a gray color. Now I'll be using this gray called Elephant Gray by Apple Barrel, and this is acrylic paint. Now I'm just going to add 1 part gray to about 3 parts wax and then blend it together thoroughly. Now before applying, I'm going to take some painter's tape, and I want to apply it to the board along one of those plank marks so my planks will stand out. You just press it firmly into place, and then you can start applying your wax to that slat with a texture brush, and I like to use just a regular basic chip brush. Now you want to apply straight, even strokes to resemble a wood grain. Now then I'm going to take a bit of this pavement gray, which is a darker gray, and I'm going to apply it to the edge where the tape meets that plank line. Now this will make a clear division between the planks, and you're just going to blend it in with that chip brush. And then once that's blended, you can add a little dimension with a few more dabs of that pavement paint throughout the plank and just blend it in. Now you just want to let it dry a few minutes, and then you can remove the tape to reveal the first plank. Now you want to take that tape and place it on the second line, and then repeat the same process. Now using the wax for this process allows a longer working time, and the blending turns out so nice. Now without the wax, the paint will dry too quickly and you won't be able to blend as well. So try out the wax, it really turned out great. And then you just want to finish up the board with the same process on that third plank, and this one is completed, and we can do the second one. So now we can paint the smaller pieces the same way, and what we're going to do is we're just going to add some of that antique wax color, and then we're going to go around the edges with some of that darker gray, and then we're just going to blend and distress in just like we did before until you like the way it looks. And repeat this process for the remainder of those boards and let them all completely dry. So it's a few hours later, and now all of our pieces are dry and we can finish up our shutters. Now I'll be applying 2 of these smaller pieces to each shutter, and what I want to do to place them is to take a ruler and mark a line about 3 inches down from the top of each end. And then I'm going to apply some hot glue to the back of the plank piece, and I'm going to apply it in place along the mark that we made. And you're going to do this for the other one as well. And here's what it looks like, and we're just going to do this for our second shutter. So now that both of our shutters are done, we can work on our hardware accents. So I want to take that scrap piece of foam board and a compass, and I'm going to draw out a circle that's about 2 inches wide. If you have something that resembles about a 2-inch wide circle, you could use that as well, but I'm going to be using a foam board for this. Now we're going to cut those circles out, and I always suggest using a fresh blade for your X-Acto knife to do this, and all you have to do is cut these out on a cutting mat. And now we're just going to take 2 of the circles and glue them together. Now this will make 4 sets. And now we're going to take the glued circles, and I just want to sand the edges down until they're nice, smooth, and even. So now we can grab those 8 jumbo sticks. Now what we're going to do with the jumbo sticks is we're going to cut off the ends of one side to make them nice and even. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure the stick at 7 inches and cut them all down, but I end up cutting off an additional additional 2.5 inches to make them 4.5 inches, so you can do that now. So now that all your sticks are cut, what you want to do is glue 2 of them together to make 4 sets. Now for the rod, I'll be using this 7/16 inch dowel that I got from Walmart for 97 cents. Now you can certainly use the dowels from the Dollar Tree if you like. They're a little bit smaller, but they should be able to work for this project. Now what we're going to do is cut the dowel down to 10.5 inches, and we will need 2 pieces in this length. Now once they're cut, I'm just going to sand each side down until it's nice and smooth. So now we can paint all of our pieces. Now I'll be using this black acrylic paint to do this. Now you just want to apply 1 coat to the front and back sides of the sticks. Then you want to apply a coat to the front and back and sides of the circle pieces as well. Now if these are a little bit hard to hold, which I found, you can just place a skewer in one side to help hold them. And then you can paint those dowels. Now, as an accent, I wanted to use these upholstery tacks that I got from Walmart for 97 cents. Now, I'm just going to apply paint to the heads of these upholstery tacks with the acrylic paint. Now, after you paint these, you can go ahead and coat with Mod Podge if you like. Now while that dries, we're going to grab those shutters and we're going to put some hooks on the back, so I'll be using 2 pieces of nautical rope to do this. Now I'm just going to loop the rope, and then I'm going to place it at the top center and then apply hot glue to hold it into place. Now once this is applied to both boards, just add a little extra glue for security. Now I always like a finished look, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of craft paper and adhere it to the back. I'm just going to go around the outside with hot glue, and then press that craft paper into place all the way around the back. And then you want to feel for that rope loop and make a tiny cut in the paper near the bottom of that rope loop, and then just fish out that rope through the hole and then hot glue that opening back into place. Now once that's done and we have our finished look, we can just take our X-Acto knife and trim off all of that excess paper. So now that our hardware pieces are dry, go ahead and gather all of them up. Now I'm going to take those tacks and I want to clip off that nail portion on the back of them so they'll all lay flat. And then I want to lay out the sticks and I want to place a circle halfway under each end. And then I'm going to grab the hot glue and then secure the sticks to the circles. Now here is where I make that 2.5 inch additional cut that I mentioned earlier, but just make sure all your sticks have been cut to about 4.5 inches. So now you want to take your upholstery tack heads and you want to apply hot glue to the back, and you want to place one at the top of each stick that is attached to the circle. And then you want to apply 2 tacks at the bottom of each stick about 1 inch apart. And here are all of the pieces with the tacks in place. And now we want to lay out our pieces with the tack side down, and we want to place them 5 inches apart. And then we're going to tape them into place so they don't shift. So now what we're going to do is take that dowel and we want to apply in place below each circle with hot glue. We want to make sure that it overhangs evenly on each side as well. And then you just want to apply a bit of hot glue on the other side of the dowel for extra security. So now that you have both sets done, you can grab your shutters and start to apply them. So you just want to make sure that the piece that you place will be nice and centered at the top. And what you want to do is apply some hot glue to the back of that piece and then secure it in place on top of your shutter. And then all you have to do after this is finish up the other shutter. And here are both pieces all done, and now they are ready to add to your decor. And here they are. The shutters are all hung up and on a display. Now these turned out so nice and I absolutely love them. Now I am so impressed with the clear wax and how you can customize and tint it. Now it's definitely something I will use in a future project. I'm loving the realistic texture it creates. And the hardware up top looks so realistic. I mean, who would know that these are made from dollar items? Let me know in the comments what you think about this project. Listen, if you love DIYs on a budget, give this video a thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Make sure that you're following She's So Crafty EE on Facebook for the latest new sneak peeks and giveaways. Thank you so much for visiting and checking out my tutorial today. If you like videos like these and you don't want to miss the next one, make sure you are subscribed by clicking that subscribe button below and turning on that notification bell. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.